Are you already live?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Elias Munsha. I'm so glad that you could join me today. Elias Munsha here, and thank you for joining me. I just want to make sure that we have everything going perfectly well. I think it is so far so good. I'll give you a few minutes to try and spread the word around. So don't be selfish as we say it frequently to say, spread the word around, okay? Spread the word around. We have got a lot to talk about. And the reason why we have a lot to talk about is because we must deal with the elephant in the room, okay? We must deal with the elephant in the room and then deal with everything else. Okay, if you want to say something, you can very easily do so. There we go. There is the link, and I'll bring you on. There is the link. I've just posted it. And so you can click it, and then I'll see that you are here, and then we can have a little bit of a discussion. All right. I'm coming live on Facebook. So there is this Facebook page of mine, which is like verified Facebook page. So what you can do is like the Facebook page, but also share it and invite some of your friends to like it as well. The other thing is on my YouTube, there is also the YouTube channel. So subscribe to that YouTube channel. We are currently under 500. Now, that's terrible, right? Why should we have less than 500 subscribers to YouTube? So you can make a difference. Go ahead and go to the YouTube thing and subscribe, right? Okay. Now, there is this issue that has happened in Zambia, and so we have several questions. Now, I know that several people have spoken about it, but I also want to add my voice. Why not, right? It's an issue of public interest. All of us are interested in this thing, so na inenomba kulanda po, you know? Because we can't just let it slide that, no, let's just forget about it. We are not going to forget about it, so to alalanda po, and so that's the main deal here. Okay, so spread the word around, share it as much as possible, and let's talk, okay? Elias Munsha here. Now, the question about the Bank of Zambia, huge issue, Bank of Zambia. So over the weekend, now this is quite a surprise. It's a surprise because normally, if you have to fire the Bank of Zambia governor, you would not do it on a Saturday, for goodness sake. You know, Bachimpempe Nishna Bakwatana day of rest and other people. Saturday is like a holy day. Parapene on the day of rest. Yeah, Bachimpempe, somebody gets fired. What is really going on? It's very important for us to deal with this. How can a person be fired on a Saturday? Okay, something unusual here. Anyway, Dr. Denny Kadialia. Now, most of the people are saying Dan. No, it's not Dan. He's Denny. Denny Kadialia. Okay, so he was fired on Saturday, and his replacement is known as Christopher Mvunga. All right, Christopher Mvunga is the one that has replaced him. Now, the question that is being asked is Christopher Mvunga qualified? Now, there isn't just one way of saying that is this person qualified, because it's a complex thing, right? So you don't just say, does he have the degrees that are required? No, you dig a little bit deeper. The Constitution makes it very broad. So the Constitution is broad. The reason why the Constitution is broad is so that it can capture qualified candidates that can otherwise qualify to be the Bank of Zambia governor. So when we are talking about the qualifications of Mr. Christopher Mvunga, we are not just talking about the constitutional qualifications, right? That's not the deal. The deal is not just about whether Mr. Mvunga meets the constitutional qualifications. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, I don't know. But when we are asking whether he's qualified for the job, we are asking much more deeper questions than just his qualifications. All right, so Is he academically qualified? From the Constitution, it appears like he is, right? Why? Because he's an accountant, and I understand he's ACCA. So obviously, because the Constitution says that for a person to be appointed as post governor, at least they must have the minimum qualification of being, they can be a lawyer, an economist, or any of these allied professions, which I think captures an accountant or a banker, right? So I think there he's probably captured. Is ACCA qualification an academic qualification? Of course, there are some people who are saying that ACCA, what is ACCA? ACCA is not an academic qualification. No, I think even if it's a professional qualification, it is still an academic qualification. Therefore, I think ACCA, according to the Zambian classifications, that is the Zambia Qualifications Authority, they classify ACCA qualification as equivalent to a master's degree. Right, very important. So it is at the same level as a master's degree. So he's qualified in the sense that he's ACCA and he has the background in banking. The most crucial question, though, that we need to ask ourselves is he suitable for the position of governor? That is where the issue is. I seriously doubt whether this gentleman is suitable for the role of governor of the Bank of Zambia. Simple. All right. Now, where are my doubts that this gentleman is not suitable? First of all, his background. Now, it's not me, but one of the most eminent and educated economists in Zambia. It's not that we don't have it. We do have economists in Zambia. What they say, there is a difference between commercial banking and central banking. Commercial bankers fulfill completely different roles than a central bank. Therefore, a person who should be appointed as central bank governor should have some background within the central bank. It's just common sense. A history of some sort with the central bank. It's very important because a position to become central bank governor. No. Okay? That is the issue. Is the fact that this gentleman has no central banking background. How then do you give him the position to be Bank of Zambia governor, right? The other issue, the other concern that is clear there is that it can be justified if, for example, President Lungu said that he went outside the government system to bring in a new governor. The reason is, you could be saying that maybe he wants to resolve a certain problem that his current crop of economists and experts don't have. You can give him a justification. The issue is then, how can you justify a decision where he appoints a person who is already part of his government system to go and head the Bank of Zambia? Now, if this government, if this economy is in trouble, okay, the economy is in trouble, it means then that Mvunga was also part of the trouble of this economy. So how does he then get elevated from being deputy secretary to the treasury, or deputy secretary to the cabinet, to become Bank of Zambia governor? Because he's part of the very problems that are there in government. How does he then become a problem solver? How does he solve problems at the Bank of Zambia if he's part of the very problems that have led to the current economic crisis, right? That's number two. Number three, Mr. Mvunga does not appear to be an independent thinker. He does not appear to be a person who is going to drive policy from an independent perspective. He appears to be a ruling party operative. That's why those that are concerned with Mvunga are justified. I think echo bale batwalira ku Bank of Zambia nicho balefayo omuntu wakoya mu kuprinta. So number, they have to look for a person who is part of their party who is part of their rotten system in order for that person to go and carry out their instructions at the Bank of Zambia. There is no other justifiable reason why this president should appoint this Mvunga to be Bank of Zambia governor. Nothing. Elo, you see, when a president is appointing a governor, you look for sentiments. Ukufua kwamba sentiments, ushama sentiments, chile umfuikesha na bantu bale umfuashane. Abantu tabatemenwe. Beginning from number foreigners once, tabatemenwe. So the IMF has got its own issues. This Tito Mboweni, the South African finance minister, naena tatemenwe. And several other Zambians, it's like across the board. Even political parties, they're saying there is something fishy about this appointment. Now, that is not how you inspire confidence in an economy. That's not how you inspire confidence in an economy. It means then that with this appointment of this governor, everybody is against it except for Patriotic Front operatives. Now, this begs the question. The Patriotic Front is a ruling party. It is agreed. It is the ruling party. But there are some institutions of state where they need to appoint people that are going to do the job and are going to be accepted by the industry. That's just the case. You are the ruling party, no, but you sonte. Go sonta if you're mulefwaya. Or mulefwaya at mulefwaya taka muku pretend la musonta at sender. No, because you are supposed to show that you are concerned not just about the survival of your political party, but about the survival of the integrity of the economy of your country. And that is where the issue is. So, Kanshi, every person, all the very independent, no, this is not making sense. This appointment is not making sense. Everyone's body right. So what should the president do? No, the president should rescind this appointment because this appointment will not help the kwacha. This appointment will not help the economy. The only people who have really show a appointment, it's the Patriotic Front because wherever who print endarama, epela, echo ba mtuwali lako mvunga, Bank of Zambia. Okay? And then the other thing is yama manners. Okay, bonse kwena mwandeni, itumisango tuwali kwa time. So number, shireba seka ba mvunga tipantu bale shane. No. I'm not going to have issues with that. No, but at least the thing is, kwali wako tuma manners tumo. Talk about we muntu viro wabafi wa ichinti kabwino wino. Nomba iwe muchintu wingi wasasa ngoko bati uleshane chishane. Kola wako ka question kaliaka ko bati nish what kind of a person are you? Oh fine. Ishire museka yo kwa bati yo mkwa nichintomfwa. But utuma videos utuchitire surface. Na tupelako ka impression akako bati ya constitutional requirement yako it must be a person of proven integrity. What's the power sana? Now it's very difficult to say that because none of us are perfect. Na inewe inepano. Mbikutu kwa bako ka video ka ingafumaka kwa bati nishi ndeshane chishane. But it gives you an idea like uyu muntu taba serious na life. You know? Pantu kwena wa muntu muchintu wingi teti wewe mukote pantu bakote ba mvunga teti wewe mukote wa mukuchaya split muchintu wingi, you know, ifilimba vya wamisha wa mfobwino sana, you know, music ya wamisha sana wa yawebere na inena la yashano kuyashane chane na ka split wa panga and you are the Bank of Zambia governor. No, there is, you see, pali akaliasha hapo. Even when he was deputy minister, kwali wako tumaliash number tuliyotumaliash konke sana, but they are an indication of somebody's integrity, unfortunately. Number ebo mwasala okoba twala wa Bank of Zambia governor. If you're in a country, I posted the issue there was vale no lutuku. Now, I'm not saying that vale no lutuku. I'm just using the license as an artist. As an artist, ndef panga fe mumuntu enjebere vale no lutuku. Vasi, if you're that vasi vale no lutuku na mvunga. Vanu vaunfo lutuku ya wamisha. Ero vasi vaeva mkavundula. Bebere iwe mvungwa. Ndefu kufumia poyo. bushe kuti waibombe inchito na ena munga evere pano no sana apo Mr. President nala bombera muri amwene muri rutuku bamuchita na appoint abana Bank of Zambia governor. Those are the thoughts that are coming to my mind, because tapali any other justifiable reason why this president would appoint an unqualified individual like Christopher Mvunga to be Bank of Zambia governor. Tapali. Number one. Now, but particularly the Patriotic Front media. Now, baleta mu Maria Shayako bati na kuno kubasungu basonta as Bank of Zambia governors abantu abasha chitana economy. Mwamona, this is the problem, because abantu ababufi kuya bomfi yako fimbi vyefish parireko. Ero nababareta ati this is what is happening. These countries here kubasungu bali kwata a very long history. Na ma institutions yabo yaliba already extremely stable. Yaliba stable to an extent that nangubaletela mo historian, nangubaletela mo preacher, theologian, nangubaletela mo lawyer kobati abe a figurehead. Uliani figurehead fiwa kuchitashani uwa to provide that stability and leadership integrity to an institution. Efama bank governors abengi baba kuno kubasungu. But the fundamentals of the institution itself ni shiti deep. Nomba institution ya Bank of Zambia obwafya bulipo wakweba ati nicho balefwa yokwiba ero nomba teni kalyali abakani natine ishirefwaya okumipero olupia kufulwa bafulirwe balungu bebere kanshi hapo watu kani na ifu okwiba, you are going to go out. That is what has happened to Deni Kalyali. Ero na Deni Kalyali ali honest. Because economy tayaba kona kalimo, it's an opinion. No. Economy ngataire chitagwino. You have to say it ukobate. Kwena economy taire chitagwino, and these are the things that we are putting in place pakobate to each revive. If you Deni Kalyali are land. Ukobate, we are in a recession. That's what it is. Kunonga kuli recession ku Canada. Uko nchikana. Uko naisa mukutandara mukusea. Naisafia mukusea kuno. Haini. Na isafia mukutandala kuzambi ku Canada ntandala fye no kusea epera kunganda ni kuisa ni kumilenge na kuchwe mpala eko nkabwera kuchwe mpala na kumilenge kweso kuno ni mukusea na mukubomba kuno kanshi kuno ifyo chaba ayin ama institutions yaliba very strong yaliba very strong. So no mbefyo chadi na ngufeko no kuinenga kwa bako gaishu mu economy balalanda. Canada is now facing a recession. England is now facing a recession. Na ku America baneba na kwena balalanda, oh, it's facing a recession. Na ku South Africa kuine alelanda uli minister wabo wapakano ala wapakano Tito Mboweni ebere kwena na tu face a recession. Nomba Mzambia obwafyo bwakwe bate tababa na honest. So nombelo Deni Kalyali ndiro watu wana tuchitako face recession basi kufulwa ati nga kutulera ndashani, because bena bafimwana muse banya okwebati you can't say okwebati economy iri mu recession apo peno mlandu waima ati bala mutamvye balete po uwachawe chabo wakwebati akalabe po obufi ni Bank of Zambia governor bambo okubepa jiyo fyonse filifye bwino. How can you run an economy like that? Kutumu station run Bank of Zambia kona kalimo ni PF propaganda. You cannot run a country through propaganda. You need people to give you accurate data so that you can come up with solutions to resolve problems. Nachimbi, tribalism. Ngacha abashani ukwe bati balungu nangu basi baleta mfya fye mitundu. Ewo baleta mfya. Abatonga bale batamfya, abalozi bale batamfya, abaku Northwestern Province bale batamfya, bale tamfya fye bale isonta fye ababemba n'abaku chipata beka nomba imwe mulenje bati yo mukwayinira alanda poefi nga nishi tete ndandire ine ndi wakulwapula nomba tete nsumi nishoko bati yo Zambia yabena lwapula fye yo Zambia yabonse. Abatonga na abalozi na bakaonde na bakalunda bonse chimo chine ni Zambia yesu. nomba iwe nga niwekateka wewakweva ati abatundu bambi bena wakosa pokula batamfya enchito ati in national interest ngani national interest nshiyo munje beko mweba nandi ni national interest ya musango shani yakweva ati lyonse nu babatongana abalozule batamfya enchito nishvena they are not part of the nation in nation yenu kana fyabena chipata na babemba banenswepera beka ebo chiwamine iyo mkwai ichichisela ichakutamfya batundu enchito muleke kangeni Zambia one nation imamulanda for one Zambia one nation kanofye pali imwe epera kanshi te one Zambia one nation te one Zambia one nation yabalozi te one Zambia one nation yabatonga bonse abatonga n'abalozi abali mutufulofulo mule bachuchunganye chipeshama nokubetire mpepo nokubatamfya enchito ngevi chitige kuli bakalyalya mwabika kuwa kuchipata munenu wako bati takwata na track record ya central banking ekada full kada eyo mwabika kwetu waba Bank of Zambia governor ngefiyalo kuti fiya michindika shani economy nonshita kwa bafya ati economy yari yikalira fye yineka at Zambia yeka fye no every economy now kuliyama relationships interrelationships. If it ku Canada has an effect on Zambia, if it mu South Africa has an effect on Zambia. Ero nomba mwatwala kofi omuntu katuishi fyo ko mwamufumya tiyo ba Bank of Zambia governor. Elo tuilanda po ati yo chirifye bwino. Tuikarefye mwewa nandi aleni njafuirishani ati tuikarefye tuilalanda po eriryash iyo mkwae twakulalanda. Natumfu akalimbusha kalantira okweba ati deni kalyali echo bamutamfishe barefo kukonkanya po fyo kula kongola ero tekoba ati bakongola bachita nefya mano nenkongole no the Patriotic Front government tekoba ati barechita ati bakongola and they do something reasonable with this money no nga bakongola kuiba efyo inembetira ati ne bakongola tuibe kongola tuibe infrastructure bridge na bale panga iya kwa mwana wasa actually iya Botswana kazungula wonderful bridge nomba mweba nande ndefo okumipushako imbwiriranda ati bamuninane mweba muninane efe mbwiriranda ati bamuninane nomba bamuninane okubomvya language yako akambwiri nomba bamuninane ndefo aya munjebeko Iria bridge necho yapwira bwino olya musango mabotswanans aini eba alipire inkongole amabotswanans eba pangire iria bridge nomba nga mwachiruka fye iria bridge mwaingira mukazungula nifinshi mulesanga 50 years after independence takwaba omusebo ndefwe munjebeko nomba natumfoko bati barefo okukongola more money iya kupanga a rail line between Chipata and Serenje $2 billion a rail line since 1964 nalelo tapali umusebo just umusebo to connect Copper Belt to Lusaka mweba nandi Copper Belt Ndola to Lusaka tapara musebo wako bati lero bapanga mairo ifipunda ama bohos njeta ma bohos fyambo kutulaika 60 years after independence 56 years after independence next month October we'll be celebrating 56 years after independence we do not have a dual carriageway between Ndola and Lusaka and yet we have borrowed heavily, billions and billions of dollars. Where has that money gone to? It has gone into the pockets of the Patriotic Front. Ilyo barelanda what more money in your pockets. Bale ilanda beno kobat it's more money in their pockets. How is it acceptable? 56 years after independence, we have no decent no decent road network. Mwilanda pupali shionse jimisewoshi akumushina ngshane between economic powerhouses, between Ndola and Lusaka. Ndola and Lusaka. Musebo wakobati chirabalefika pakati umusebo wambo kutulaika. Where has the money gone? Balisa tuletere chinchati bala panga $1 billion road from Lusaka to Ndola. After an uproar, bachinja mano. Baya panga fie a little bit of thing. Na pa John Chine na tabafika. I'm from Lusaka. Na pa 5 miles tabafika. Ba panga fie up to pasi Ngalume. Epo ba panga fie ka small dual carriageway. Ka afika pasi Ngalume. Epela. Na pa John Chine na. Akamusevoka leta ka afika. Number paliape ni palia between mamona. This is the thing with propaganda. So propaganda ife ibomba. Mwasala ya tukapanga duo carriage wetu Ndola. Mwafirwa, mwaiba. Mwaibolu pia. So chile mwaibolu pia nomba. Elomba mwaya panga kwa small portion of the road up to Zingalume. Elomba mwaka kopaka yakene. No kukachita distribute all over the world. Ukushinga abantu bata pamenso kwa bati. Mulebomba. Ala mweba ume. Tamuala ndira tuyo museboka perera Zingalume yo. Mwatuwebera tuka okaya kundola. Nomba na pa John Chine na pene tamuafisha hapo udio musebo. Waperera kuisa Zingalume. Udia wine udia bakopa ichikope kopi atiyo duo carriageway ya Lusaka. Where has the money gone to? It's been stolen. So when we see all these efforts that are being done, it's because President Lungu wants to undermine not only his government, but he wants to undermine all the institutions. Because some institutions yaba at the mercy of the Patriotic Front as a party. Ngatulera ndapo efite kuba nomba nishe twali pate chalo iyo kwa Zambia twali itemwa nomba abo tatu atemwa niba si emisango basishachiramo. Ebu afya bulipo, emisango shaba si, shachiramo. Vasombo mlengati it's John Highway now. Kui, imwe, tepa John Chine na paja. Pa John Chine na. Omusebo. Uo mwatuwebera tukafika kuisa kundola. Mwawasa ufisha pesa Zingalume. No kukopa sana ma picture. At least nga mwalitu wala kwa pa 5 miles, pa 10 miles, na pa John Chinena. Dimbi, kuchitu wasumi na kwa tiyoko ena, kwa alifefia luvene fimo, fia kwa watu bafiruwa kufi. Nomba, mwafisha pa Zingalume, mwaibe mpia. How can that be justified? Nomba, bale tuweba fia tiyona wakwata ma infrastructure kuisoko kushangombo atwari kula a very big general hospital in Shangombo. Ama nurses takwaba. Ama doctors takwaba. No musebo wako ya kushangombo takwaba. Nomba bako serera ukulabe pati bare kule misebo mumpanga mumishi. Ala mweba ume. Mwakongola tuwaya mkukula kuisa umusebo kuisa kumushi. Eko baya mkukula umusebo. Emisebo ishakobati economic engine from Ndola to Lusaka na lelo dini. 300 kilometers. 300 kilometers. Half of it, ma potholes. 56 years after independence. Nenkongole mwali kongola. Atutukulo umusebo. Lusaka to Livingston. Okazungula. Nikis. Zero. Nothing. Lusaka to Livingston. It's just recently, baile kopako picture padiaka chingan pesa hapo. Hapo baile kopati, they've started renovating 56 years after independence. Tumwalanda kwati during Kaunda's reign, inkongole shari shop. Tawale kongola vena Kaunda. Chilwana enari saisha kwa kongola kopa nono. Mwana wasa achitashani, asa achita reduce, ichipesha mano. Arabina ena was a great economic manager. Achitana build ama reserves we're to about $2.5 billion in reserves. Ero nomba basambashi basata bayishireza bebere naba minister babo bachikwanda. Ero basaisa bachita squander the entire 2.5 billion. Ero nomba balundapo ukukongola about $15 billion more. Nabalungu baisa para bena bachita continue the same manners. Ukukongwela po several billions. Sata kutompera kwensambu atibali tuwede. Okay, within the first year or the second year, so tabale mona bwino ife bale sign na basata bali tuwede kutumwalanda kwa tawe. He was manipulated by Vena Chikwanda and several other people. Bale batwadi na fyokobati, they are contracting all these debts. What about these debts that Lungu has contracted? Billions and billions. Where is it going? So nomba bafirwa ukuchita economy nomba kwamba fyokola bepesha abantu atiyo it's Bank of Zambia. Nomba batwale ko kutumwa monati baratwala ko amano, baratwala ko uli independent, baratwala ko unga bachita ko advice, bayatwala ko their own puppet to be Bank of Zambia governor. Bank of Zambia ni finishita. Bank of Zambia eisunge chuma chachalo. Katulanda ati ubwafya kuliko bwako bati benanga bakongola. Kwali babalando ko bati yo bushaba sungu bena tabakongola. There is a huge difference. Iwe tekukonkerera baneba ati bantu baneba bala kongola kalova na iwo ya mku kongola kalova. Aine ngata wako atakwino echuma wikesha bantu limbineba akachita manage. How will neighbor manage? Kutaya Kongola 5 billion or 5 kwacha. Kalova idea abwesha. Pantu afola 5,000 kwacha. Nomba na iwete tumukonkere yo kwa bati yo pantu achi ya poka kalova ya 5 kwacha na inena ala ya poka kalova ya 5 kwacha. No. Nomba efire chitikati yo mkwai hapo abasungu na bobe ne bala Kongola na ifwetu wala ya Kongola. Nomba ifwe taxation base. It's very small. Ishin pia Canada ichita o. Ngairefu ya Canada kuti ya chita repay within a year or two. Kuti ya isa fiasa tu chita tax. Ala kwa liva tax kunumu na mayo. Mumfuavi. Kwa liva tax. They can come and tax us. And they tax and they repay. Nomba ku Zambia. $20 billion. Nibana nmuka chita tax to pay that debt. So if ya mungulu kwa bati yo mkwa ipantu America ila Kongola na ifwebe netu wala ya Kongola yama 20 billion. Elo teko wati mwa Kongola to invest in any tangible infrastructure. Ku Kongola mwaiba. Where on earth would a minister, niba minister of Shan, niba minister of health the Chinese government tuko wati batu pere more billions to Kongole so that we build a university. How is that acceptable? There are no means in Zambia. We do have the means. What we need is a leader. Leader who kwete the interest of the country at heart. Leader who akwataka soka kusunga winwe chalo. Not cantankerous chakolwa uate muafye ukulabika po ba bululu bakwe epela na bakuchipata na bena luwapula bamwe bakabwalala beka ati ekuteka iyo mkwaite ekuteka ukuiba tekuteka iyo twakana. Anyone who wants to kulunda pupadi diriash or any question? Pantukale twaishirepo apasolero twalafukirira. During her different opinions call for dialogue, it's true. The color blue looks good. Mwandina lipentako because I think the light color tayari moneka bueno. So I hope the color yala moneka ko bueno. But foot blue sometimes, anyway, blue. Twaisha kwa ini. Uko fichinja. Ini basombo. Uko tumfyo muntu pesa bata. Mwandi nva. Imagine, pesa bata. ukuiza mutamfie nchito pesa bata elo bambare ndati yo akayachura nikuiza uko deni kali akayachura tapari uko akayachura iyo but mwamustamche suddenly without reason kumulipira impatience ishaba part of the of the contract so alifye bwe nefialo fimbi fika musonta because kainge ni Bank of Zambia yeah nefialo fika musonta aleni bamusako lokeniria shamutishana Leopard Musako, you are online. Okay. Alan Landen mlete poshan padi lidiash.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's clear, man. Can this man even show himself on the international stage? Eparidia sharp. Atao mkwaivaga ilanga pa international stage. That's to issue. But oko monafia from the dancers. I think the Chinese are happy. Because umuntu wafile kuya mushtira fyobwalwa bamubikira pono olwimbo atishana. Milanga. It's very sad. It's extremely sad. Now, we are not saying this because to alipatafia abantu at you lupatofia. Te lupato. The question is simple. Oyu mwa mutola kuisa. Nikuisa mwa mutola pakowata. Aisa abe Bank of Zambia governor. Sombo Mlenga. That's what they want to do, but they are not driven by any economic activities. They are driven by the thirst for stealing. Kuiba, balefo kuiba, 2 billion rail line. Oh man, basi baona ole chalo. PF is desperate to return to power in the coming general elections. Yes, I think that's all that this thing is. They just want to return to power, and they are trying by all means. Okay, can we try again? Lefred Musako, can we try again?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I don't think he bombe. Johnson Ballat Bachkwanda Bachta Squanda. Mwand Bachkwanda Bachta Squanda. Impio kuya Kongola ma billions and then squandered it all. I think Sata Sompera Kwensambu bad wele. Tabale just pay attention. Number, what is the justifiable reason for Balungu? Ishi ukuku Kongola baide Kongola. And then go narero toileta, Chanda Alfred. Okay. Narero toileta. How is PF going to navigate the ratification of the BOZ governor? They are the majority in power. Wafia, Wabuten. They are the majority in power. So good stuff at the refuaya you have a governor, via bamvotera. So bakamvotera. Unless the people continue resisting and telling State House to say, look, you guys want to bring this economy back to normalcy again. You want this economy to grow. You're not going to grow it by having a cadre at the Bank of Zambia. You're not going to grow it that way. When you steal, why isha Kongole, why isha contract, why you're not satisfied. Ulefwa ya nomba no kuya ku Bank of Zambia na kwa inotishane. Uye mkuiba. That's the problem. Bambia bare iba kuma government yambi bare iba fe directly if you're nomba uyu aiba kuma contracts. Basi iba kuma contracts. Basi iba Kongole. Basi iba kuri infrastructure development. Basi iba through the taxes. Yonsa yama taxes aye. Targets iba. Fyonse fi basi bare iba fe. Nomba basi baiba fiafula abati awe tafikwene nomba kanshina ku Bank of Zambia kuine tubike komuntu wesipoko bati it's easier to go and steal more. That's the only justification. Na ku Bank of Zambia basi bachitashani babika ko wabo. Maya bika ko wabo. Bank of Zambia firokuba kwati niulya a sober mind independent wakobate politician alifye kwati slightly sober omuntu wakobate ale mistako advise mwe buteko nga mwaya kumawala efe film mwaya kongola amichita advise okobate bane projection ya ndalama kuntanshu tukakwata a problem because economics it shouldn't be very complicated. Okay, what happens is if more foreign countries come to buy what we have in Zambia, our kwacha picks up. Simple. Because ababonsa babaleisa mukushitefe twakwata Zambia, balechistashani baleisa mukuchita demand for kwacha. And when they're demanding for kwacha, kwacha's value goes up. That's how it works. You will require to sell your kwacha in order to pay all these debts. Reserves printer. So chiramule printer number impia in circulation shaba more. With that inflation, where you have more money in the economy than demand. So number impia shasangu kangech paper la fie. Emochirola. Valueless. Gefere chitika ku Zimbabwe. Number ifire chitika ku Zimbabwe. Efyo barete. Emisango barete Mzambia. Na tumfuat na ifika mma 19 kwacha number yala ba 20 kwacha very soon. Now, instead of acting rationally wino ngo muntu. Abo. Bambo kula chita act. Kona kalimo. Na bakolo lutuko. How can you justify that? Instead of deciding wemuntu now tekanya. On a Saturday, what's the fire Bank of Zambia? Wabikapo. Umbi. Subject to ratification of the National Assembly. When you know exactly what it will be ratified. That is the issue that we have. So tekobata zitatuate mwa Zambia tuwaliitemwa. Nombeshimi sango bareke epela nombanga balale kashani tofuiro kubeba. They cannot just depend on PF cycle funds. Beka ba PF yonsefe baipingula bachita bafunyapo you governor nomba balete po governor wabo. The Honorable Minister of Finance is from BOZ. Do you think he could have not advised the president well? Katwishi, who advised him? If yakwebat Beyonce, mulenga. If yakwebat Beyonce, the problem is with Lungu's advisors. Tuleke. This appointment has nothing to do with Lungu's advisors. It's Lungu who is appointing this gentleman, Mfunga. It's not the decision of the Minister of Finance. It's not the decision of anyone. It is his decisions. Okay, we don't know who advised who, but it is the president who is directly responsible for this bad appointment. Nobody else is. Why should we try to find that somebody else is responsible for this bad appointment? Bank of Zambia's governor. I think he would have liked it. I don't know about that point you in Mvunga to be Minister of Finance. Maybe. A little bit of sense. Number attribute to God. No, this appointment may have been vetted by the Minister of Finance. No, it is the president. Abena Zambia Basara, Nilungu, Eka Nilungu, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Nilungu. No, the Etiba Lungu Vena, Basi, Bakon Kanyep Fukula Chite. They are the ones who are advising him. Kanshinga Bafirwa, off Mepo. Next year, elections. They'll go and vote for a group, a team that is going to help build Zambia. Number two, ateba chitire So ni babo walianga ndu barengere ukuba batwale an ill qualified person to be Bank of Zambia governor. No. Mvunga was a product specialist at the bank, but what products if not Visa card? How Naimwe stop downgrading his experience. I think he did very well. He worked for the bank, and most of our citizens are working in banking. Most of our citizens are chartered accountants, and they've done SSCA. Wonderful. Okay. Let's not denigrate that experience. The only issue is that experience yaba Mvunga, they have a bank governor. Ero na constitution yanda ka integrity kafire kabapo. Nombo tuma stories tuwa umfo, tuma ngwingwi. Utuli mbusha about bank governor. Tatuli wino sana. Not picture. Pantu kwena we muntu. Ofwire wa ichindi kakopa nono. Tete we muntu kuya chita muchintu kwingi wa muku chita split dance. We mukote. No. Ahala wane. Kula shana kofi wino. Iya mchinshi. Na wishiwa tuli mukote. Kula shana kofi. Iya mchinshi. Tapari ureranda tiyo mkwa yumundu tete ashane. Mamba nangulu imbolo wa mashani. Kushana kwa ya mchinshi. We mukote. Aba iche no problem ba yufi. Mwandi ni mwe ba yufi. Mule shane. No problem. Nomba we muntu nga yakutira waishwa tuambo kukota. Kula shana kwa dances yaba kote. Not iwe. Wa shane. No. Muchintu wingi. And mulanda tiyo mkwa itufure tufetu warabako yo mkwa ya babantu. No. What kind of thing is that? Many years ago, Vapos Vali such a report to go at Gero Jan. No, Manshanda Bafama Gero because Tafperazana any. No, the issue is at Valia Mutumina OP. Everybody Vapos watch the report. Number Vaposti Mubabufi. Number Qualiba, New Weber Bepe Shafet Yonse. If Varera and Damfunga, Tiom Guivan Bepe Shafie, Shatumina OP, Kuya Mugustaras Gero. Ogustaras Gero, Manwayabi. Wa mutumina bakapokola. No, gero ngakukana, nishakukana chapwa. So kanshi wafya sana. Baba niba Bank of Zambia governor. Hapo nishibali fe wa deputy minister wale tuma OP. Nomba bakola tuma bakanyangu baku Bank of Zambia. Bebere kabia uchite arazo ya gero alikana. It's very pathetic. Amunsherekeni mumone kwacha inine, give it 1 month mwalamona. Give it 1 month, of course kuti bapanga. Bafi panga. Ero nomba after 1 month chabashani, down. Ichikwanka. Pachimwena kumampalania. Ichikwanka. Pachimwena kwe kumampalania. Kutu wamona ati chikwene chi, chapalako. Pigechana at chindo chiri chibondo mene chibondo chanama ntalo keko chisa konsuma kutu wachimone chibondo chanama ati chala isa mukonsuma ntalo keko nomba nefyo tumwene ati yola beni kofie somehow kwacha ili nokunena ngaika nina shani emisango shabuke renka, it's evidently there. In Kongola tuibe, it's there. Nomba kulina imbi in Kongole ya $2 billion worth of rail line from Chipata to Serenje. Ukutuwale enchi katuishi. From Chipata, maybe ni to Koswe. Ukuchita export to Koswe from Chipata to Serenje. $2 billion wala Kongola. Erote tumuba kanye. Atiyo mole ni kwacha yala ni. Nanga yala ni na shana. Then kadiari ale bebo kobati if you kuchite chite be precise, be concise. Then yabantu wino strong people, ukuteka. No, balungu tefyo ba befyo yo. kula chitafyu kuseya baya okubaya kongola nefire chitika tafire moneka bwino yo ba milaya ati yo twala pango musebo tundola ba perera afe pazinga epera ero no baba akopa bebere tulepange misebo and infrastructure development baya kongola. Instead, how many police officers do we have in Zambia? Maybe 30,000. Baya panga mayanda for 300. Ero no baba kopati, we are building houses for police officers. Extremely pathetic. Is it 30,000 kapokolas in Zambia? Baya kula fyotu nono bakongola ku China bakulo tumayendo ero bakopati, we have started building houses for police officers. Kwati kutumfya abantu kuyafipanga sana kuchidivisha sana na corona kuchita spread over propaganda. Ilia bridge ilepo kukazungula ile mwala mona propaganda ya lafu mapo ero tubepushe nomba. How do we get to that bridge? What happened to the roads? Musebo fyo ko tuwala kule ko bridge. It's all eaten. Impia badi iba. Anso ngatebena Botswana na idia quality ya work, idia quality ya idia bridge at Kazungula. You would have seen. Ngeve chari kulikeke International Airport. Ama plans ba pangile for Keke International Airport na reality completely different. What's the difference? Badidia baiba. Elofuti, even when they change the specifications, mulandu wako bati baiba ba shota futi no kupuisha the substandard infrastructure that they are trying to build. They can't. Badia. Nomba mtu eba jio tu iralanda po. Tuchitefe concentrate kumfyo turechi toko kwene. Kuna uko tuwaisa mkuchona na mkusea. Ati yo mkwa imo just concentrate uko kwene. Ifwe tureke ni tureiba. Awe tatu wa mireke. Awe tatu wa mireke. Ebo wafya budi. So nombaga nshikula chitafi ukubaya basuma tapadi nefi clear wino. Okay. Just roads. Nothing. 56. Yes. $20 billion in debt letter. Nothing. It's pretty pathetic. Okay? Buba Zulu, this is so sad. Evangeline, tebakuleka au mkwaiza tuwabareke. Abaticha kukonko olubilo no ve kuchikonke olubilo. So tuwala chikonko olubilo. Tatuwala be kofi. Twakula chitanga pakokola ofe pano no fine tuwabwera na kairi mukulanda po. Ngati nchi tuwala rekero kulanda. What will happen? Number they will go and raid the Bank of Zambia. They have shown some pia, they ready more. Very ibiro mufulo. Nangoku ibiro bufontini, you know. Kwa ibako kuibo but at least ukuiba. Kwa bako nombo kuiba kubufontini, kuibiro bufontini. Nabazambirira bonse bare ibafye kwati nibayabaja ko ku school. Bantu kwena nangu muingalanda tulande shani. Kuti umuntu awina shani overnight. Ababasungu mulera ndati yo n'abasungu nabo bene barachita appoint substandard candidates for these central banks. Okay. You can't just show up wamukushitenganda with $2 million cash. Takwaba. Kukuipshatu wemwaume wafunya kuisenshi mpia. And that's the order of the day in Lusaka. Things are being built, but there is no underlying wealth. You know, they are so rich. Kanshi basi, kumfafet basi, basta donate 100,000 kumirenge, basta donate 200,000 kuchipata but donate so much money kumongu, and you are confused. How can a person who was a lawyer, and all this thing, if you're Doris Lee that he was a very successful lawyer, that's a lie. Okay? Lawyers don't make all that money. Certainly, Mr. Vasi Tabago told you, it's just very few lawyers in Zambia that they've made a lot of money, but most lawyers, they decent lives, quite all right. But here, covered that Yovari before he became president is a lie. Tabako etolopia before he became president. Just like everybody else in Zambia. Number suddenly, he has become rich. Number, take common sense. Pusha common sense kwena. Tetuwai pusha. Ukobat aleni bane mwawina shan. Okay, tulekati yo ni wakateka. Dimbiawe ni wakateka. The next question is, I'm a ministers. Rwafuma kuisolupia. Chachine ndabomba kukwena kuno kuntu nawabana ndesunga bwino filifye bwino nombanga jakutira imwe mwasamona within a year or so suddenly namba kwa ama donations 100,000 ukujanjani tari mugepusha amuti kwena chachine nomba fyainda sha na kuno kuna abasungu bakepusha bebere alamune mu account alelo ndolola efyo chiba kuno alelo ndolola mune ngishishafula shani nomba abonga ni bani abo ba minister of health baibe mpia sha ma donations baibe mpia sha covid baibe mpia sha fita sha kufipatala baibe mpia sha miti fyonze bali iba nokumona tulemona okobati chija chakwa nani icho chakwa chitalu icho chakwa kapyombyo niko pyopyo kampyongo ati icho chakwa kampyongo icho chakwa chitotera icho chakwa nani alabane ngamwa wina shani icho chakwa lusambo 2 billion worth of things ba lusambo kuya donate elwati yomkwa imwe yipushi hapo ala. Money has a source. Money doesn't just fall at no, shari kwa the source. So quick shafma kuisa at shafma from operating people. What kind of thing is that? Balungu nabakwata so much money to flash around that nabakwata with a special person, not part of government, outside government, ule tuwale yoati presidential empowerment funds. Isha zaf to go and distribute ulupia to villagers kumongo atukuya no kumusaluta bale musaluta. How is that normal? How can men and women in uniform ukuya saluto umuntu ordinary person uatwala the so-called presidential empowerment funds kumongo akasaka kandala makanshi mwamona afya wabuka bwalala you can't do anything tangible with it kanshi kula folesha afye, you know. Because waliva, you are a thief weka bwalala. That's why in 2021 they imomwebe na Zambia mulengere basi abene bafirwa okuteka. Leso ali bapera chance kuba batareteka ko 5 years ngani 6 years bafirwa ngani 7 years bafirwa instead ya kuteka bena basi fimbi kanshite imwe bena za mwiko mfano obubiyo mukasareko bambi tumone na ifo bali abambi bakasashani bakateka ngani bakambwiri mukabasare erakutira bakambwiri wako mfano na ba mukabasare tubike po abantu bambya batekania abakaso kusunga bwinu ekyalo. So epo na perera iria shiriandiko ena liapa nono for 1 hour anyway epo na perera papena please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like our page, okay? Like it, and spread the word around. Nabambi abantu na bale omfwako ebifyo tuleranda. So kanshi kuchita distribute wangu to everyone. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your patience and support. See you next time. Okay? Elias Munsha here of Milenge and Chiwempala. Kuchiwempala. Thank you.